What's up, YouTube? It's the Country CEO back in the house again, man. Look, more game, more game, and more game. That's right. Welcome back to the channel, subscribers, family, and friends, channel supporters. We appreciate you. God bless. Man, listen. Some of y'all are asking, where the Country CEO at, man? Where's the Country CEO at? Had to take a little break, man. Just was tired from that last challenge and stuff, man, and just had to get some rest, right? So, but I'm back, and man, listen, I want to start off the rest of this month with a series of videos that deal with the reality of getting raises from contractors and brokers and things of that nature, right? How to deal with funny money in the dump truck business. That's the title of this series of videos, and want to start off with this first one entitled Collaborate Consistently. How do you get a raise? How do you deal with funny money in the dump truck business? The first step you need to start with is to collaborate. That means come together with other truckers consistently, right? And so I want to give you some keys to doing that and also give you a little bit about how we did that, right? All right, so you got to collaborate consistently. Three things I want to give you, then I'm going to give you a call to action. Number one, to collaborate consistently, it really just suggests uniting before you negotiate, right? The truckers coming together, uniting to negotiate. Man, listen, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you the hardest thing to do in a lot of places is to bring truckers together. Hey, I know. Trust me, I believe you. I know that that's true over my 25 years in trucking. That has always been a hard thing to do, but it is a necessity if you're going to be able to negotiate, right? All right, so here go to three things if you're going to collaborate consistently to deal with this funny money in the dump truck business. Number one, form a network. Form a network, connect with other owner operators locally, right? Form a network. Start talking to dump truckers, getting their contacts. Form a network, getting to know everybody, having relationship with them, or at least on a cordial and talking basis. Don't mean you got to know them personally, but you ought to know their names, their company name, things like that. Form a network, right, of the owner operators. Listen to what I said. The owner operators, right, locally, because that's who it's going to take. This is not on the drivers to get this done. This is on us as the owner operators to get it done, right? So that's number one. All right, number two, share insights. In other words, when owner operators get together, you guys should be discussing current rates, cost, and workloads. Current rates, the cost of doing business, and the workloads. You're putting it out there, what it's costing, each other to be able to run these trucks up and down the road, insurance, maintenance, fuel, drivers, tires, whatever. Right? You guys are getting into a dialogue together and understand the nature of what you're having to deal with, the burden that you're having to deal with in order to run your businesses, right? All right. Number three, build trust. Keep communication with each other, these own operators, respectful and open or transparent, right? Build trust. How do you build trust with each other? By communication, talking to each other, open communication, respecting each other, and then by being transparent. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do it, right? So let me recap those three things. To deal with this funny money in the dump truck business, you got to collaborate consistently. This is the first step. Form a network, share insights, build trust with each other, right? One of the things we did before we even got together was begin to just kind of talk about it. We formed a group text with own operators and just kind of put it out there. How you guys feel about what's going on? Let everybody voice their opinion about what's going on, how they felt about things, the burden and overhead and stuff that they were struggling with, trying to keep things going in the business. And so then we decided finally, okay, well, let's meet. And so all of the owner operators met and just begin to share with us the burdens, man, that the cost of doing business has went up. Eggs are $10. Just think about what you're spending in your home. Eggs are $10 a dozen. Milk is almost $10 a gallon, man. So you can't even live today for what you lived for just 2 or 3 years ago. And so the cost of doing business has changed in the last 2 or 3 years, right? So think about the last time you got a raise. So basically that meeting, you're just sharing insight, building trust, and just kind of talking about the cost of doing business and things of that nature, right? That's your first step, ladies and gentlemen. Fools rush in. All right, but men who do business meet together to discuss the situation at hand. Call to action for you today is start a weekly meetup or a group chat to strengthen your network and align goals. I'm going to say that again. Start a weekly meetup or a group chat. GroupMe is a great app for that. To strengthen your network and align your goals. In other words, get everybody on the same page. All right? All right, guys. That's the first video in this series of videos. This is business here. We got to be able to deal with this funny money in the dump truck business. Y'all be good. Catch me in the next one.